Peace, my beautiful people. Welcome to The Suite. And I am your host, the president of hip hop. That's right, the president of hip hop, Courtland W. Hankins III. Before we get into it, we got to set the vibe a little bit though. So I'm going to load up, I've got a little something light loaded up on my beautiful beat machine. I call it Simone because I'll be flipping mad beats on it. So let's get the vibe set. And we'll get right into what The Suite and the platform of the president of hip hop is all about. Yeah. Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, this is The Suite, the first episode. And I am your host, the president of hip hop, Courtland W. Hankins III. So we're gonna let this ride out, let this vibe set a little bit, and then we'll get right into it. So welcome all my hip hop creators, all my hip hop natives, all my hip hoppers all around the globe that are in love and committed to this wonderful, beautiful, amazing culture that came right here where we sit, came right out of the South Bronx and has now captivated the entire globe and probably the entire universe. But anyway, let's turn it down just a little bit, or just a lot of bit. Get a nice little undercurrent of the vibe. And just introduce what The Suite is all about and what the president of hip hop is all about. I know a lot of people hear the president of hip hop like, what? Who? Who's he? What is that? A president of hip hop? That's right. This is a vibrant, alive culture that needs to have some focus, that needs to have a representative that is committed to its purpose, to making sure hip hop in this culture is advancing, progressing, and is fulfilling its mass potential. So that's what the platform of the president of hip hop basically is all about, is exploring ways to advance the culture, to protect the culture, and maintain the culture. And right here in the presidential suite, this show called The Suite is a production that is the platform to spread information, to share knowledge, to communicate with one another in a grown, hip hop is grown, 40-something years old. I'm 40-something years old. I was a little tight, dip, diving, so socializing, and I have not forsaken my hip hop spirit, my hip hopness, but I'm grown. And there's grown folk business that needs to be attended to in hip hop. And that's what my life purpose is. And that's what my commitment is. So again, my name's Courtland W. Hankins. I'm the president of hip hop. And this show, The Suite, will be dedicated, again, to the advancement and the progression and the maintenance of this amazing culture we call hip hop. There'll be guests that I'll have because I'm the president of hip hop, but smart enough to know I don't know everything. But I know a lot of people that know a lot of things, a lot about everything. So we're going to share that information. The Suite is going to be political in its scope, educational in its scope, and of course, artistic in its scope. I'm a hip hop educator, but I'm a hip hop creator as well. I'm a producer and an engineer, and my studio is right here at The Suite. So there will definitely be an artistic arm as we move forward and grow this platform. Also, from a political standpoint, politicking is you can't advance as a culture and as a group of people unless you politic, right? There has to be some sort of political platform that speaks for the interest of a group of people or of a culture. And that's what this particular platform is all about. There's also an education. I mentioned I'm a hip hop educator. So education, of course, is extremely important. As KRS-One said, edutainment. So within this hip hop entertainment, the culture, of course, entertains, but one of its principal purposes is to educate as well. So we want to make sure we utilize our music in the ancient African tradition of educating our culture, of spreading messages and awareness and raising consciousness, which is the grand purpose of hip hop, right? And let's talk about it briefly. The purpose of hip hop. Hip hop was born right here in the South Bronx from black people, right? It gave a voice to the voiceless. It gave a means of expressing to a people who have been under the thumb of oppression for centuries. You know the history. We don't have to go into that. But it gave us a way to create a new reality, a way to create a path and a vision that'll lead us towards a better state of being, if you will. And we have to maintain that purpose. We have to protect that purpose. We know that hip hop is extremely powerful, the most powerful creative force in the universe. So if we don't wield that force and steer that force, we will lead ourselves towards self-destruction. You know, anything that's misused or abuses itself is going to be destructive to its own nature. So there needs to be a movement or movements that are committed to making sure that we maintain the integrity of this culture, so that its purpose of uplifting the people that bore it, yes, black people, into empowerment, uplifting people, empowering black people, that is its number one purpose. And yes, I make no mistake about it. I maintain and I stand by that statement that its number one purpose is to uplift the people that bore it. And I say black people, some people like to say black and Latino, but in my opinion, and really actual fact, the black people that were part, or the Latino people that were part of the creation of hip hop are black people as well, and are distinctly African in their culture. So we don't want to utilize the separation or fall for that technology that we've succumbed to for centuries. This is a black Afro-diasporic creation for the empowerment of those that created it. And what's so important and so beautiful is that the only hope this world has of empowering itself and moving towards a state of balance that many of us claim that we so desperately want is it cannot be done without the empowerment and upliftment of black people. So the empowerment and upliftment of black people ultimately will equal the empowerment and upliftment of the world. And if you love hip hop, I don't care, because people who are part of hip hop, it's global, it's rainbow Skittles in its color and its participants. But there is no way that you can love hip hop and not love black people. There's no way you can want to see hip hop grow and be empowered and move forward and advance without be committed and having a strong desire to see that happen for black people as well. So this is what this show, this is what this platform, and this is what the president of hip hop is really all about and committed to. Love for everybody, but we're gonna stick to our purpose. That's what it's about. And I believe the hip hop world understands that, has to agree with it, and is going to ride with it. So without being too long-winded, I hope you understand what this show is going to be about. And we look forward to the next episode. This is just an introduction, y'all. And I just want to give a shout out to the first generation of hip hoppers that birthed this amazing culture. And I also want to give a shout out to those that birthed hip hop, right? Just from an artistic sense, we come from an extremely creative. Hip hop is a genealogy, and DNA comes from an extremely amazing creative people and history. We go all the way back to the Negro spirituals, which is a tradition that was brought over from Africa, right? They could take everything away from us, but they couldn't take away our means of communication through rhythm and music. And we moved that into blues, into gospel, into jazz, into rock and roll, ragtime, and disco, which you name it, we done it. And we're gonna continue to do it. and we're going to continue to make sure hip hop won't stop. There it is. Hope to see you on the next episode. Please leave your comments. Please leave your ideas. Please leave your thoughts, because there's so much intelligence out there, and we want to make sure we harness it and we utilize all the wonderful intelligence out there so we can make things happen and activate. All right? There it is. So, love you all. Peace, love, unity, and make sure we have fun while doing it. Until the next show, I am the president of hip hop, Courtland W. Hankins III, and this is The Sweet. Peace.